After we left off in our last video, in 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand had been murdered in the streets of Sarajevo. This absolutely destabilized the Balkans, and it led to World War I in Europe. Long story short, Austria-Hungary and the Ottoman Empire both collapsed due to the Balkan geography they had already created, as we covered in the past video. Now in 1918, 4 years later, the victorious allies, Italy, the UK, France, the US, and Italy, meet in Paris to discuss the terms of the surrender of Austria and Turkey and Germany and Bulgaria. And there they decided that out of Austria a new state shall be made. This state is called Yugoslavia. This new Yugoslavia shall be called the Kingdom of Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes, and it shall be ruled by the Serbian monarchy. There is absolutely no way this can ever go wrong. Yet it did go wrong. There was lots of instability, and eventually one of the Yugoslavian royals would get murdered in France. Though the country was invaded by Italy and Germany in World War II and occupied, Germany would install Serbian and Croatian dictatorships, and the Croatian Ustase would become some of the bloodiest dictators in history. They would murder millions of Serbs, and they would cause high resentment from the rest of the peoples of the Balkans. At the end of the war, Yugoslavia would become the only country to be fully liberated by partisans, these being communist partisans being led by Joseph Broz Tito. Tito was an amazing leader for Yugoslavia. Tito kept Yugoslavia neutral through the Cold War and made deals with the US and the USSR depending on which one was better for Yugoslavia. He started the non-aligned bloc, which today has become a true powerhouse of foreign relations, and it was just truly a great man. He managed to keep the multi-ethnic Yugoslavian state together, though when he died, Yugoslavia soon faced repercussions. The repercussions for Tito's death were very grave. For the next 10 years, from 1981 to 1991, there was massive amounts of political instability in Yugoslavia. Most states didn't know what to do, and most of them just really wanted to secede. This all broke in 1991 after Slovenian secession. From this, Yugoslavia would soon collapse, and it would become a 10-year-long war in the Balkans, which would have its own fair share of ethnic cleansing, social instability, and just extremely bad dictators. Just about every important superpower in the world at this point would intervene in this war, and everyone from the United States of America to the Russian Federation would have some hand in this war. Because of all the ethnic cleansing done by the Serbians, Serbia is pretty much universally hated except for by Russia. Many Serbians have gone on war crime trials, and many of them have been executed at The Hague. Croatia, on the other hand, today is a booming economy, and they have some of the best tourism sectors in all of the Balkans.